Hi, I'm Nicole Scott with BNetTV.com. I'm down here at CTIA Wireless in Las Vegas. I'm joined by DeWayne, Nelon from Avot. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
So can you tell me a little bit about Avot?
Sure. At Avot, what we're working on is the idea that we deliver video without any consideration for a device. If they make video delivery today, what most people think about is how do I deliver it to mobile, how do I deliver it to set-top, how do I deliver it to desktop. In our view, we need to say how do I deliver it to the individual. So at Avot, we put together a tool set and solution set that takes into account all the aspects of video delivery, from discovery, device transcoding, and delivery, to give you a much better experience as a user. And for a content provider, distributor, publisher, it greatly lowers the degree of difficulty. So we can literally mobilize your content library today. We can extend your reach across any mobile device under almost any network condition in such a way that the user gets an experience they like on the device that makes sense to them at that point.
Did you say my content library?
If you have one.
Wow. So can you talk about what my experience would be like with my content library?
Well, let's say you had a content library at Nicole.com and you want to do, you already had it available online, people get a lot of traffic, you say, hey, I'd like to be in the mobile space. Then all you have to do is let us know that, and we can immediately mobilize that for you, because we don't have to fall into the trap that a lot of people do, which is take the content, ingest it, reformat it, store it, in the hopes that somebody's going to pull it.
In the hopes that some people pull it.
I'm sure somebody will pull it. I'm sure that you get a lot of traffic, but the point is we don't have to take, your 10,000 clips, ingest them, process them, and store multiple different formats. Because what happens, there's so many different types of phones, you end up with a different format for not every phone, but almost a large set of those. So what we do is to do all that formatting or transcoding dynamically when the content's requested. Another huge benefit to you is that content will be pulled from your site. You don't post your content to Avot. So if you think about something like YouTube, YouTube's done a great job, but what YouTube has turned into, in many cases, is a de facto hosting and delivery platform for other people's content, which is interesting, but a lot of the value then begins to accrue to YouTube, not to the content owner. So in our case, even if someone was on mobile was pulling the content, they'd be pulling it from you, you'd be building your brand. You don't have to do anything different than you're doing today.
Very interesting. Now, can you comment on what the relationship would be like with me and my network? What if my network's not very good today?
Well, that's what we do. The thing to think about is one of the challenges in mobile delivery is the networks aren't predictable. They move around a lot. An example I use sometimes is you can have a very fine automobile that runs very fine here on the streets of Las Vegas, but if you were to take that out in the desert, you might find yourself getting dusted by a much less sophisticated ATV, for example, because it's designed for those conditions. Nothing wrong with your car. It's the wrong conditions with the wrong vehicle. And that's what normally happens here is people take the tool sets that work fine on the internet and they simply try to repurpose them for the mobile, thinking it's the same thing. Because your mobile phone is not just a small laptop. It's a completely different experience. The interfaces are different and the use cases are different. And I think that's where a lot of people get in trouble, is they try to replicate their desktop experience on their mobile, and that's not the way most people use it.
You're absolutely right. That is a very common mistake that I see quite often on here at CTIA.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm going to return back to one of your original responses. Now, you talked about discovery. Can you comment on discovery? Because discovery is one of those things that is a huge topic now at CTIA, because the average consumer needs to find things on the phone. Now, can you comment on some of your challenges with creating a good discovery system?
Sure. What we have, in addition to the capabilities we talked about for delivering things for advertisers and retailers, is we also have a destination site and a whole portal that people can use. So as part of that, support that, we have bots crawling the web 24 hours a day looking for video. And so we built this massive video index, and so if you go to avotmedia.com, you'll be presented with all these things, and you have predictive search capabilities. So if you start looking for something, I guess I'll show my age here. So let's say you start looking for Depeche Mode, you start typing in deep, it'll start predicting what are you looking for. And the more it learns about you, the more narrow the results will be. So you don't have to type everything in and do it that way. And it also works the same way on your mobile, because we provide what I call a persistence of identity amongst devices. So we'll know who you are if you're on mobile, or you're online, or you're on the set-top box, moving those things around.
That's actually very interesting. Now, can you comment a little bit on the quality of the videos?
Sure. I mean, what we do with that, one of the things that we're able to do is, since we understand the network conditions and we understand the vagaries of transcoding the content, our quality is better than anything else. What you'll find is almost no stops, stalls, stutters, rebuffering, loss of audio sync, all the sort of things you've come to expect. And the reason is, back to my ATV example, is it's built for that condition. So as the network conditions move around, we adjust the stream of the content on the fly to make it happen so that you get what you're expecting to get in the time frame you're expecting to get it.
Now, what about interoperability with other sites? Is this very standalone, or can it communicate with other things that are out on the web?
No, that's another thing that's really cool about it. So let's say you go to, you got your mobile, you're checking out about MV on your mobile, and if you're looking for, back to my Depeche Mode example, we'll find Depeche Mode on YouTube, we'll find it on Hulu, we'll find it on any site, we'll find it anywhere it is. So it's transparent to you. We tell you where it's coming from. You don't have to say, wow, okay, I found all the ones on this site, let me go to another site. The Avot bots are doing that for you. They're crawling the web, putting it all together.
I love that visual when you say it. I see these little robots climbing around the web helping me out.
That's what they do.
Well, DeWayne, thank you so much for taking the time to tell me a little bit about Avot and how it can provide me with a much richer multimedia experience on my phone.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
This has been DeWayne Nelon from Avot, and I'm Nicole Scott, down here at CTIA Wireless in Las Vegas.